Data. We store, send, and generate it everywhere and all the time. Their interconnection can foster countless new ideas in business, science, and society. The Gaia-X project was initiated with the objective of enabling a secure, open, and sovereign use of data. In this way, self-determined decisions can be made on how and where data is stored, processed, and used within the data infrastructure. Gaia-X is an invitation to Europe and the world to create a digital future that is both open and fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gaia-X Summit. Thank you very much for joining us. We are really happy to have you with us. My name is Carmen Henschel, and it's a great pleasure for me to be your host for this summit. And ladies and gentlemen, the name for the digital project Gaia-X is meaningful. In Greek mythology, Gaia is a goddess of the earth who nourishes and empowers all living things. And also Gaia-X opens a new chapter of possibilities and growth for Europeans as well as everyone worldwide who commits to the European values. Gaia-X is built on the famous 3 Cs. Community. Gaia-X is from the community and for the community, building the infrastructure as a cooperated endeavor. Commitment. Gaia-X is based on the commitment by all stakeholder groups. That means users, providers, and policymakers. Contribution. Gaia-X is ready to contribute to the implementation of the European data strategy. So, ladies and gentlemen, what can you expect from the next 2 days? An inspiring mixture of speeches, panel discussions, films, and presentations. And the program is created in 4 blocks dedicated to the different perspectives of Gaia-X. First, we will focus on the visionary perspective. Second, after the lunch, we will have a look to the policy and business perspective. And third, tomorrow morning, we will start with the provider's point of view. And finally, tomorrow afternoon, we will bring all these perspectives together and we'll round them up in the 4th part named the Way Ahead perspective. So, ladies and gentlemen, Gaia-X is a community project. So please feel invited also to use this summit as an amazing network opportunity. It has been exciting, really exciting to see so many of you using the platform we offered you for matchmaking. And a lot of participants' profiles have been set up and it's getting more and more. And so make new contacts with people who share your interests or exchange with people you know directly in the chat. Naturally, you will also have the opportunity to ask questions. How can you do that? Let's have a look at the right hand on your screen. There is a chat window waiting for you and your questions. Then editorial team will have a look. What are your main points? And from time to time, we will bring some of these selected questions into the talk. But be assured, all your questions will be read and considered. And if you don't get answers from the talks, you will receive them from us after the summit. And now I will no longer be alone on your screen. It's a great honor for me to invite one of the fathers of Gaia-X on my side. A very warm welcome to Paris to the interim CEO Gaia-X AISBL, Mr. Hubert Tadieu. Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Thank you, Carmen. Yeah, I'm going very well.
Mr. Tadieu, the 4th of June this year was a special day. Mr. Peter Altmaier, the German Federal Minister of Economic Affairs and Energy, and Mr. Bruno Le Maire, the French Minister of the Economy, Finance and the Recovery, launched Gaia-X together with the 22 founding members. Why was this a very important day and what happened since then?
Thank you, Carmen. Peter Altmaier, in his speech on the June 4th, compared Gaia-X to a moonshot mission where the crew need to be well organized for an unprecedented mission with the appropriate team spirit and a commitment to deliver. The team of the 22 founding members has spent the summer to get ready to increase its size to, and this is the announcement of this morning, 181 members with the appropriate technical and financial organization. From the initial Franco-German focus, we have extended the geographical reach to 18 countries, including 12 European. But very importantly, on October 15, the 27 European member states have signed a joint declaration supporting the cloud and data strategy designed by the European Commission. And this declaration is mentioning Gaia-X as a leading example of a public-private initiative for European federated data infrastructure. Today and tomorrow, we have organized the first Gaia-X Summit to present to a large community of users, providers, startups, academic and association, and you are above 4,000 attendees during these 2 days to present our progress and share the momentum created jointly with our new members to our large Gaia-X community over the world. The rocket is ready. Welcome to the Moonshot.
Inspiring words. Thank you so much, Hubert. And I totally agree. So the number of the Gaia-X founding members really raised up impressively since the 4th of June. So we prepared a short film for you to see who's actually on board. Wow, I mean, this is really outstanding, so congratulations. And you all did an amazing job, I would say. And this is possible, I think, because the international community is standing behind the idea of Gaia-X. So let's take a look at the countries from which our viewers are joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a little survey? We want to know from you, where are you from? I will give you a couple of moments here, and I follow the survey here with my iPad. Where are you from? From which country are you joining us today? And I see a lot of results popping up here in the studio. I see Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, Brazil, hey Brazil, Italy, the Netherlands, Greek, Luxembourg, United Kingdom, Spain naturally, Netherlands, Sweden, Italy, Rome, Belgium, Luxembourg, so many countries. What else? Switzerland, Italy, Rome again. Wow, I think a lot of participants are joining us from Germany, from France, from Italy, as I can see. Switzerland too, a lot of people. Hungary, hey, hello, very warm welcome. And also from other parts of the world. Wow, and more results we're getting here. So I think we can say there is a tendency, most participants are coming from Germany, France and Italy. So no surprise, we will talk about that later on. And to every one of you, thank you so much for joining us. It's really a great pleasure to have you here with us. And now I would say, let's get into it. Mr. Tadieu, tell us more about Gaia-X and the AISDL.
There have been a time for the definition of the Moonshot mission. Do you speak to me? Carmen, should I proceed? Yes. Yes, very well. Should I proceed? Okay, so I just said that the time of definition is almost over. As we know, we were 22 founding members, now 181, and we are open to all members willing to join. We have set up a multi-party governance, and we are now entering into what we can call the enablement, during which we will refine the document which have been already prepared in terms of policy rules, in terms of architecture of standards, in terms of federation of service. This enablement is really there to create the open ecosystem, which for the first time will be addressing both the data ecosystem, meaning by that the capability for companies in various domains to regroup in order to share their data, but in the meantime, to have also the capability to define the infrastructure ecosystem and the services which are working together. In the world of the ecosystem we are looking for, you will have ecosystem, for instance, in health, where several companies joining their effort in health will be able to share data between pharma, between health company, between hospital, and to share their data for progressing the technology and progressing the health capability. But if these companies happen not to use the same cloud service provider, we will see that interoperability will be guaranteed by GAIAX. What is important to be said after the movie you have seen is that we are now 159 members. You see the origin of those members. Germany is coming first, followed by France, followed by Italy, which has done a very great job over the summer. And we are expecting that many other countries will join beyond the 12 which are there. If we look at the origin of these partners in terms of which kind of business they are doing, we see that the large tech and cloud service provider are representing 16. The large user are representing 23. You see that NPO are representing 40, startup are representing 38, and we have a mix of medium-sized users and tech companies representing 23. So a very balanced distribution of our members. So what is at stake and what are the objectives of GAIAX? A limited cloud adoption, meaning that it exists already offering, and we know those offerings are having some challenges because the portability of data is not guaranteed, because interoperability is difficult, because we do not have a common commercial and legal framework which can make users and providers agreeing on the way forward. What are the answers which are given by GAIAX? Defining policy rules jointly between users and providers, how to localize data, how to guarantee security, putting together all these policy rules in an architecture of standard which is understood by all, and having a federation of services to make all these things working together. The key word for this adoption is compliance, meaning by that those policy rules which will have been agreed by users and cloud service provider will be definitely taken into account by cloud service providers in their offering, giving to them an ex-ante responsibility on applying these policy rules. As I mentioned, data space facilitation is the absolute new thing in GAIAX. Not only are we dedicating our effort to make infrastructure portable and interoperable, but we want to facilitate the creation of data spaces in very many domains, which will be illustrated this afternoon: health, mobility, financial, energy. And the idea is to share data to advance science, society, and economies. At the end of the day, we are entirely convinced that if we are sharing more data in health, health will be able to make huge progress and keep Europe at the forefront of the health growth. The key words here is economics of data. That will be illustrated this morning. Why at all do we suggest that companies need to share data? Is there any risk on that? And what are the benefits which can be expected? Altogether, this will create an architecture of standard and a federation of service to guarantee interoperability, portability, and sovereignty, supported by open source. All that will be explained during these 2 days, and I would like simply to conclude by saying that we are absolutely willing to create a European momentum toward a global digital business approach. So welcome to this Moonshot mission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hubert Tadieu, and I look forward to seeing you again later in the program.